All right, guys, let's jump into the main topic here today on this channel. I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. The local governments during this pandemic, I believe, are out of control because they want to promote fear. And when you're in these liberal states or these liberal communities, they want to promote fear over the facts. And I say that because if they can control fear, if they can put out fear, they can control the people. And if you look at California right now, that state doesn't even seem like it's a part of the U.S. It doesn't. Because the state of California pretty much has become a dictatorship, if you ask me. And there are some other states, too, that are similar, but California is pretty much on another lockdown right now, mainly talking about L.A. County, because they want to promote fear. They want to scare the people. They don't want the people to pretty much do anything to get their lives back to normal. And we all know that people want to get their lives back to normal, but the California government is not allowing them to do that because the government has the power. And when you have the power, you can promote fear. And with fear, you can control the people. So let's talk about Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, he has this podcast, The Powerful Joe Rogan Experience, the most downloaded podcast in the world. Joe Rogan is actually really considering bailing out of California because he actually believes that California has become too restrictive with the pandemic when it comes to, shutdowns and stay-at-home orders. And like I said before, there's another stay-at-home order right now in California. And I think he's pretty much had it. And it's not that he can't do his podcast because he's still doing his podcast and he actually has guests coming in every single day. He's actually testing them to make sure they don't have the virus. And Joe Rogan gets tested a lot. I mean, extremely a lot, probably just overkill. Okay. And he was actually on his podcast on Wednesday and he said this: "Hey, I might move to Texas. If California continues to be this restrictive, I don't know if this is a good place to live. First of all, it's extremely expensive. The taxes here are ridiculous. And if they really say that we can't do stand up until 2022, I might jet." Now, Joe Rogan is a comedian and he likes to do these tours and everything like that. He says, "I'm not kidding. This is silly. I don't need to be here. The only reason that I'm here is that I'm closer to people. A lot of my friends live here. The store is here." Now, the store is a LA comedy club in LA where Joe Rogan normally performs his comedy skits. But on that, he says, if they won't let us do the store and we could do stand up other places, why would we stay here? And he talked about actually probably moving to Austin or Dallas, Texas. And he said, "I like Houston, but I don't know if I live in Houston. Dallas is great." Now, the reason he was talking about not living in Houston because he said it was really, really hot here. Well, I got news for Joe Rogan. Dallas and Austin are only 3 hours away from Houston. It's super hot over there, too. I'm just saying. Cost of living here in Houston is great. I mean, you can get a decent home for a relatively low price. It is absolutely fabulous living in Texas. He already mentioned the taxes in California. Yeah, it's insane. Plus, I believe they have local taxes there too. But in Texas, we don't have taxes. We don't have state income taxes. You're free to do whatever you want to do. And it's absolutely fabulous living in Texas compared to California. I would never want to live in California. That's just me. We have a great airport here in Houston, Bush International Airport. I actually flew to LAX, I believe, like 4 years ago. I was doing it on a layover. You're talking about a shithole airport. LAX is garbage, to tell you the truth. But that's just my opinion on it, and I digress. But like I was saying before, these politicians really think that they can control the people. They're not doing what's in the best interest of people. these lockdowns and everything are causing more damage than what the virus could ever do. And we've pretty much seen that by how unemployment is at an all-time high across the country, not just in California, even Texas here. Unemployment is really, really huge. And Texas is a big oil and gas part of the oil and gas industry. And a lot of people have lost their jobs, Fortunate for me, I still have mine for now, but we'll have to see where that goes. Joe Rogan is going to have to speak up more on this, I believe, because unless powerful people in California start speaking out on this, California is going to keep doing what they want to do. Now, I like Joe Rogan. I like him a lot. I love his podcast. But we know when it comes to Hollywood, Hollywood is going to promote fear also. Because when they speak out against, if they actually speak out against the state government, that's basically speaking on the side of Trump in their eyes. So they're never going to take the same side as Trump, but they will take the side of a liberal government like California. Basically, they're trying to promote socialism. That's what they're trying to do. Because California is pretty much acting like a dictatorship right now, and they're trying to promote socialism. I mean, California now is actually going to give out money to illegal immigrants in the country. They're going to do that from the state. Where did they get this money? I mean, they have their own citizens of the state and citizens of the U.S. right now that are out of work, yet they're going to give millions of dollars to illegal immigrants in that state and in this country. They're not doing what's in the best interests of the citizens. Case in point right here. So I don't blame Joe Rogan. I wouldn't want to live in California. Yeah, LA, Hollywood, all the glitz and glamour. I guess that looks good and everything like that. But I guess that is a pro, probably. But I've already said before, Hollywood doesn't have the best interests of people. I mean, they're a bunch of socialists right now. Joe Rogan, he's not on the right, but he's definitely not on the far left. I mean, I guess he's an old school Democrat. And he doesn't fit into that Hollywood bubble, I believe, because I'm pretty sure people in Hollywood right now will probably be crushing him for this. They're probably going to say, well, you have to be on the side of our government. No, you don't. You can think for yourself. You don't need to be in a bubble like these other crazy woke celebrities out there in Hollywood. Joe Rogan, I believe, is just keeping it real. This lockdown is just too restrictive, and California is basically turning into, I guess you could say, Cuba or something like that, because basically that's what it is right now. Keep all the citizens locked in their homes, and if you go out, you're going to get in trouble, you're going to get arrested, we're going to throw you in jail. It's just pure insanity. They're trying to promote fear, and that's basically what Cuba did. Promoted fear. And that's why I think over the years you've had so many people from California actually move to Texas. Because taxes are better here. The state government is just better. So Joe Rogan, hey, if you want to pack up and move to Texas, I highly recommend that you do it, man, because California is definitely not going to have your best interests at hand. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Joe Rogan moving to Texas because California has just become too restrictive during this pandemic. They have turned into a dictatorship. They are not a democracy. But hey, that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments. If you're new here to the channel, please hit subscribe to catch future videos from me, and we will catch you on the next video. John Matrixx, out.